Alright, welcome back to another episode of Meat and 3 Veg. Today is a personal favourite of mine. I'm making a bacon, egg and sausage breakfast or brekkie muffin. This is similar and it's my version of the Macca's one. Macca's does have quite a few different styles. I think in Australia this is what would be more akin to the Mighty Muffin, which consumes within it some kind of sausage meat, bacon as well as an egg. The first thing that I want to go through is obviously the muffin itself. You can buy these at pretty much any supermarket. You just have to cut them in half and then toast them right before you kind of assemble. I've also got some bacon here. I'm using streaky bacon. I've also got a sausage here today. This sausage is actually a beef sausage, a little bit unconventional. I actually would recommend using a pork sausage. I just didn't have one today. And also these are really healthy, so I'm using this one today. So first and foremost, you can just buy the sausage patties if you want, but I'm actually going to be making it from scratch today. Now this is enough for one serving. So I'm actually going to be decasing this sausage, right? It's a little bit gross. You're basically taking the skin off the sausage and getting the meat out, and then chucking the casing away. From here, give it a mush, right? And you're basically going to be rolling this into a ball. You really want this nice and thin, okay? This is going to get thicker when you cook it. So the thinner you can make this without destroying the integrity of the meat, the better it will be. And also I'm using a plastic chopping board because we're dealing with a bit of raw meat here today. Makes it a bit easier to clean, otherwise I'd be using my wooden one. And that's our patty ready to go. I don't want this super hot. Low and slow is fine here for this one. Right, today I've actually got, and this is unsponsored by them. I just found this in the local shop. A really fancy tomato sauce with native pepperberry, Australian made. I'm really keen to give this one a go, so that's the sauce I'll be using today. As well as I've got one last egg from my batch of delivered eggs, which I'll be using today. So we're going to grab this bacon here. Notice I'm not putting any oil in, because there's a lot of fat in this already. Sorry, that was a long delay. I'm not using any oil because the bacon has a lot of fat, and this is sausage meat, which inherently comes with a lot of fat. This is a low-fat sausage, and you'll see that there's still a lot of fat that's going to come out. I know I've got the spatula there, but I also do like using chopsticks. I guess it's the Asian in me. Right, I'm going to give this a nice flip now, if I can. There we go. So this is a new induction cooktop, and I've noticed that the middle is getting a bit hotter, so I'm actually going to swap the bacon positioning around. The bacon will finish before this does, which is fine, because I'm going to put the egg in as well. Now, one key thing about bacon, especially streaky bacon, is it's going to come out really oily, so you want to be ready with a paper towel or two to really soak this up. You can see the fat is rendering out. Give this a flip. Now this is where it really comes to a matter of what you prefer. How crispy do you want your bacon? I like mine like not completely crisp, you know, like to the point where it's like a sheet of cardboard, crispy cardboard. So I'm going to take it out now. You can put it onto a wire rack tray as well. That works out quite nicely because the fat just drips down. But I don't have that available right now. I'm going to just let this cook for a bit longer. And I'm going to crack this egg in as well. And hopefully the yolk doesn't break. Beautiful. Hit that yolk with a little bit of salt. Don't use too much. We've got a bit of a runner on the yolk, on the white. It's alright, I can deal with that in a second. Just going to flip this over. Bread's now done. Got to keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't burn. Because this is beef, I'm less worried about it being like, if there's any bit raw in it, that's okay. But it won't be because it cooked it quite nicely. Let that drain out. Now I'll just cook the egg. And if you really want to be a little bit fancy with all the bacon fat, cook some of the egg white by just basting the hot fat onto it. I'm going to turn this off now. Okay. Alright, so first step is I like to put some kind of base layer of sauce. I actually like to put a little bit of Dijon mustard or whole grain mustard. So that's what I'm going to do. Find out this is the bottom. Add a little bit more on there. Make sure it's nice and dry. I would say we go on with this piece of bacon. I think 2 pieces of bacon was a bit too much for this one. That's okay. Go on with the egg. Special tomato sauce. It's a bit runny, it's alright. Just gonna close this off. Alright, time to cut into it. Oh, you can see the egg leaking out there. There we go, a little bit messy, but delicious nonetheless.